as you know, over the summer, KCTCS switched to ultra-based navigation. But as Faith pointed out in May, once we go to courses and we select the individual course, it looks exactly the same as what we had during the spring. The three things I want to point out today have to do with the activity stream, messages, and touch briefly on Ally. Now on the faculty side, when we go to activity stream, it shows information from all of our classes. It shows upcoming assignments, items that have recently been added. It shows announcements. And it will also show if there's any items that need to be graded. This same information also appears in the calendar. So if I switch to month, you can see the full month. I can switch to just seeing the due dates of different items. Now on the student side, this is student Kate, going into their activity stream, they have that same information. And you'll see that their CIT 105 is listed along with their FYE 105. This helps students have a broad overview of the items that are happening in all of their classes. Just like on the faculty side, students have access to that calendar with due dates, and they can do it either for today, a month, a single day. Now, as we took a look at the activity stream, you'll see that there is a lot of information on there. You have control over what actually shows up in your activity stream. You can change those settings by going to the upper right-hand corner here, clicking on the gear, and that goes into settings. So you can control what actually is going to appear in your activity stream. You'll also see that you have the option of receiving an email when items are added, there's new items to be graded, and also new messages. I strongly encourage you to keep the check mark here for new messages and receive an email each time a student sends a new message. If you use the app, we also have push notifications. One thing I would warn you is tell students not to depend upon the app. It tends to be the most quirky of all of the items. Students have the option of making these same changes. Now I mentioned keeping in that check mark for messages. You'll notice that messages are now part of the base navigation within BlackBoard. So since it is here, students will be using it. I strongly encourage faculty to also use it. So if I click on messages, I will see all of my classes and whether there are any messages. You'll see that within this one there are 2, and most there are none. These messages are actually stored within the courses. So I am actually going to suggest that you add a course button, a course messages button to the individual courses so that you can quickly see it. I'm going to switch to a new class here. To add a button, yes, I am talking about adding a button to the template. You would simply go to Add, a tool link, and I'm going to call this Messages. And you can call it what you wish. And then select Course Messages and make it available to students. Up above there, and you'll now see that within messages, housed within the course, we have an inbox and a send box, and this is just specific to this particular section of this particular course. This is a wonderful way to keep track of communication with the students. And remember, back on activity stream, we were able to add that little check mark that will have us receive an email each time. So to create a message, and it will list everyone in the class. You can select all, send them over, and then compose a message. Okay. Within course messages, this will promote and also document communication with the students. The last thing I wanted to point out was just Ally. We've had Ally for quite a while, but I wanted to point out that this icon with the alternative formats has changed a little bit and now is much more prominent. I strongly recommend that you download your syllabus and take a look, or not take a look, take a listen to how it is in an audio version. Okay. Feel free to contact me or Faith with any questions or concerns, and hopefully this very rough quick tutorial, or quick tour I should say, of Ally will help you get started. Contact us anytime. Thanks.